Hi everyone, welcome back. This is going to be my 9th video in my series where I kind of discuss what I buy from a personal collection, what I buy from a vendor's point of view, and also what I'm going to send to grade at PSA. So sorry for the clickbaity title. It's not actually a PSA return, but it's a lot of things that I got back from the Front Row Card Show, which I attended this weekend as a buyer actually, so not as a vendor. So I kind of want to tell you about my thought process as I go to like not as a vendor but as a buyer, and what I think of like when I go to card shows. And this one was actually the biggest card show that I've done. Normally I do card shows in the Bay Area. They're a little bit smaller, but like this was actually the biggest one that I've attended. So I flew in over there. I had some extra flight credit, which let me book a flight. I had to get my own hotel, and that was probably the biggest expense. Well, other than that, it was such a great show. I'm actually gonna try to put some pictures and edit this video a little bit more, so you'll kind of see what kind of trades and deals I went through. But first of all, I wanted to show you some of the pickups that I bought before I even went to the front row. Like the last 2 weeks, I've been just buying Bubble Muse off TCG Player, seeing which ones I can grade, seeing which ones I can't. And then like I'm probably gonna resell them. But I got these at probably $85 to $100 after tax. So tax added on a little bit more. But that was my cost basis for these. So I have 9 here. The ones in the top loaders are the ones I can't grade, and the ones I think that I can grade are in the card saver. Like you can see that I'm very picky with grading. I'm not gonna grade everything, even if they get 9s, right? Like it just doesn't make sense. So I picked these up before there's a spike. If you didn't know already, the stock market's been up. The whole Pokemon market has been up. There's been a lot of FOMO because it seems like Pokemon isn't printing a lot of booster boxes right now. They're only probably printing Surging Sparks and Stellar Crown, but the older sets like the Scarlet and Violet, like Paradox Rift, 151, it seems like they're not printing a lot of them. 151 just experienced a spike just now too, and you can see that the Charizard right now is like $200, up from like 120 and 130, which it's been sitting on. There could be some market manipulation around it. I don't know, but I'm very happy I picked these up at around 80 to 90 base price, with taxes and like maybe 90, 100 each, and now they're like 140. Like the lowest one on TCG Player as of today is 139. It's insane. And I was actually scared. Like I bought some off some sellers I didn't even know, and I thought they weren't gonna ship. So I'm actually gonna get like 3 more of these back tomorrow, but very cool. 9 of these. I made a healthy profit from just buying them when they were a lot cheaper. So I'm probably gonna sell them off slowly. I still think this is the top card of the Paldean bait set. So I'm pretty much gonna sit on half of these, grade these, and we'll see what happens. But this is what I bought off TCG Player. Everything else I have laid over here is what I bought from Front Road Card Show. I went there with around $6,000 in cash, okay? But I came out with around maybe like 14,000 in buys and trades. So I spent all my cash. My goal is like I've been doing the card show, selling a lot of things, and I had a lot of cash that I wanted to spend to make even more money later on. So I bought a lot of things that I thought was gonna go up in value, and you'll see why. The first day of the card show was pretty much I bought all of these singles, and then I bought this entire stack of cards. The next day, I actually traded a lot, traded and spent the rest of my money, for these 2 stacks of cards. And some of these were trade night as well. Like I just went even on trades with there were a lot of vendors, there were a lot of people who wanted to buy cards that the vendors didn't have. So I got a spot early, and then I just laid out a bunch of cards, and then people traded with me, and it was pretty cool. I'd never done a trade night before, so it was a very enlightening experience, I would say. But I want to just show you what I got day 1. I'll move this stack to the side. I'll start off with the singles first, actually. You'll see the price stickers for a lot of these. I just left them on because I didn't have time to sort it in the hotel and everything. But I'm pretty much like I checked all these out when I was buying them, and then they look like they could 10, so that's the reason why I bought them. And look at the prices, right? They'll vary, but I tried to get it for a very reasonable price. Usually 10% off whatever the sticker price was. Um, and yeah, you can just see like what I bought. Like I bought this for like 85 or 90. These RCSs I didn't pay. I definitely didn't pay more than 50 for. I think I paid 45 for. Like if you talk to the vendors, you can definitely get a discount. Yeah, this like I think this one for 40 was very fair. But you can see that these, I'll tell you why I picked out all these cards, right? It's because a lot of people want to collect all 4 of these in 10s. So this is one of the cards, whenever I get a 10 back, it pretty much sells immediately. So I just want to get more of these, have more. Giratina is just such a popular Pokemon. It's kind of ridiculous. Yeah. Got the Dialgas to match. Dialgas I think are very easy to grade. Got some Palkias. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I wish I got more Giratinas, but I mean, it's fine. I got one, and the other ones weren't gradable, so I didn't pick them up. You can see I left all those price stickers on, so it gives you like a price range. Some, like, I'm very surprised whenever you go to a big show, people aren't pricing things to sell. They're pricing things to see if people will buy it. And it's usually market plus maybe 5% or just at around market. Whenever I vend, I usually have everything at around market or 5% below. So it's very interesting. Like these Lugia V's, I just looked at them and they looked really good. Centering was good, and then they didn't have any issues. I have to check it again, obviously, right? Sorry, my computer is making some noise. I'm gonna try to. Okay, sorry if it's distracting, but yeah, at these Lugias, I didn't pay more than 160 a piece. The vendors were very happy to just go along with that, and I think this Lugia, for example, right? Like whenever I get this as a 10, it sells out very fast. It's just a very easy card to sell. So hopefully I can get at least 3 10s, like maybe 2 9s maximum, and I can resell it for double. Now, this was the weekend of Charizard SIR from either Japanese or English. English obviously went up a lot more. English PSA 10 is sitting at 650 to 700, and the regular card itself is around 190 to $200. Whenever I saw cheap Japanese copies, like if they're $75 or like less than 100, I'll try to pick them up. But this one I got in a trade. I traded a bunch of Master Balls with someone I met there for this card, valued at like $100, which is fine with me. The PSA 10 one is selling for 180 to 200, so I think it's a good profit card. And Japanese printing is always much better, and the texture is usually better too. This guy, I think I got $95. Just a very good centering, and it didn't have any issues, so I thought has a good chance. Oh, actually, here, there's a hidden Blastoise here. Someone had this mispriced, and I was like, I'm gonna buy it, because these went up to $80. But I saw it for 54, and I was like, I'm gonna buy it. I'm not even gonna argue with you, and I just bought it for $54 outright. Charizard VMAX, one of my favorite cards to grade. Very good condition on this one. Charizard V's, also very, very nice. They're sometimes you get surprised and you get 9s, but I thought these were good enough. So we'll see how they do. The price for these guys went down a lot too. They were pretty high. They were like at 170 not so long ago, and now they're at 130. So it's very easy to get, and I hope they make a Venusaur too. That's fighting the Charizard and kind of goes along with it, because that Mewtwo versus Charizard fight, those cards are really popular still. Got these. I think I paid like 125 for both of them. Very happy with them. Eevee Evolution's always really good. I got a Mew. I love these gold Mews. My other gold Mews didn't grade that well last time, but hopefully I get a 10 on them. It just kind of complements these bubble Mews too. Like if one card goes up, some people want to pair it up and have it as a 10, for example. This card, I think is really undervalued right now. It's such a good art. It was the top. This was more expensive than the Japanese Charizard in that 151 Japanese set. And all of the starters went up, but this guy didn't go up yet. It's still really cheap. I actually want to buy a ton of Erica's Imitation SIRs. This Dark Dragonite, this one's kind of beat up, actually. It's very damaged, but I think I argued this down to 55. And it's pretty much just gonna go into my set where I'm collecting Shadowless, first editions. I'm pretty much gonna take it out and put it right here, in between that Dark Charizard and Dark Trio. Yeah, I'm still working on it, but I mean, I got all of the big cards already. See, I got the Shadows of Venusaur, the Blastoise, the Charizard. Yeah, the Gengar was really hard to get. The first edition Dragonite was also really hard to get. So that's just going into my personal collection. And that's all the singles. I went around going to so many tables looking for so many singles. So I'm happy I found a lot of these. Like, normally I take them out and I put in my own penny sleeve. Like, you always want to put it in a clean penny sleeve because you don't know how people sell it. And like, transporting these is also kind of risky, leaving them in top loaders, but I'm okay. I did it this time, and I mean, it's fine. Okay, next up is all the slabs I bought. I had a $5,000 budget, or $6,000 budget. I spent maybe $4,000 the first day buying a bunch of stuff. What was really cool about this experience was that since it was such a big card show, there were a lot of big YouTubers there. I found out that Bulbasaur had a booth there. He's such a nice guy. Like, I was talking to him and everything. He just seems like he's very passionate about the hobby and like very professional too. Just seems like a generally nice guy. And he was like there with his, I think maybe family. The family was helping him out. So it was very cool meeting him. He had these priced at $290 each. Since I bought a lot, he went down to $270. So I thought that was a good price point because these are selling anywhere from $295 to $330 on eBay right now. So I just think this card is just such a nice card that I'm gonna keep. Probably sell slowly, because it's one of those, like, one thing that amazed me at the big convention is that people love Pikachu. Poncho Pikachus was like the currency there, even though there are thousands of dollars, especially for PSA 10s, which could range from 2.5 thousand to like 5,000 for the Mega Charizard one. And also like the Mario and Luigi, don't even get me started on those. So a lot of people love their Poncho Pikachus. I think this is gonna be one of those Poncho Pikachu type cards, maybe in 5 years. You have to kind of give it some time. This is more of an investment than anything. And you saw how the Munch promos went up, right? Like, those are Japanese too. They're Japanese exclusive. This is English. It's like, it's exclusive only to Europe, pretty much. I bought up a lot. You'll see how many I bought. I bought like a lot. Some from different vendors too. If I ever find a vendor who put out the $270 price point, I just went crazy and I bought so many. And Bulbasaur had a lot, so he had some, like, look at this. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. If you look at the end serial, these are sequential. These are sequential. Probably just stay in my collection. These I might sell slowly or something, but definitely very good pickups. Like, I was mainly on the hunt for this guy, and you'll see the next guy, Mew EX. There was one seller, I think his name was TCG Metro. Very nice guy too. Him and his friends seem like they do a lot of big conventions. They have such good stock. It's like Bulbasaur, for example. He had maybe, if I want to estimate it, he had 50-60K worth of cards just shown on the table. It was amazing. Like, probably even more than that. He had a 10K card, and it's just like the volume that these guys do, the hustle that they have, it's just amazing. Like, the TCG Metro also had a lot too. He had 10 of these. I was lucky and I gave him an offer. He had these like sticker that probably, like, he had no sticker on it actually, but he was trying to get $380 for it. Since I bought 3, he came down to $360 for me, and I was very happy. Later on, I found out that he sold the rest of them for $400 each. So I'm very happy for him too. But yeah, it's kind of cool that you meet these folks, and this is like just such a hard card. This is approaching 450 now, but I got it for 360, so it's like an auto gain, right? Very, very cool. Charizard EX. I have the Japanese one in my PC, but I don't have the English one, so I bought this one. People price this like in a crazy number. Anywhere from 110 to like 170. And I saw a guy with it for 110. I offered him 100 for it, and he was more than happy to oblige. But this is a really cool card. Got this too, $75 or $70. I was very happy with that one. Now, but yeah, like I met all these YouTubers. I met Jar Chomp Collectibles. I met I think Pokitsu is another guy. Just they're very, like, you can see that they're very passionate for the hobby, and like overall pretty good people. It is a business too, so like if they don't want to come down to a price you want, then it's really not their problem, right? It's your problem. So yeah, people, yeah, very, very nice. And I hope I see them again and probably do more business with them. Now, the rest of the cards, I actually did in trade deals. One of the biggest thing I wanted to do, right, like as a vendor, right, in the last month alone, I did 3 or 4 shows, and there were just some cards I could never ever get rid of. PSA 10s were great. PSA 10 alt arts, those are all very hot things. But there's things that are like CGC graded, BGS graded, 9.5s, or any CGC card that's like not a black label. It's so hard to sell. So my goal was, like, I brought so much stock. I brought maybe 200 slabs, and 60 of those slabs, probably like 1/3 of them, were all cards I could never sell. So my goal was to trade them all off, even at 80%, because the vendors, right, they'll usually buy for 70% cash and then trade at 80%. Even for 80%, I amassed a lot of value. I brought a lot of BGS slabs, CGC slabs I couldn't ever get rid of, and some other lower end PSA slabs, like a PSA 10 Japanese Blastoise, right? Like those are kind of hard to sell too, because people in America don't really like those slabs as much, and they're not as valuable. So that's why I brought them all to trade. I got rid of them, and I came back with a less heavier case. And I'll just show you a lot of things of what I traded for. I'll have pictures too, but like this Umbreon, I think I got it for around $70 trade, which I was happy with. It was kind of like a throw-in. So there was Great Land Games. There were a couple other vendors who were a little, I think, smaller audience, and like mom and pop shops. Sometimes they want to buy things so they can increase their inventory, whether it's CGC, BGS, or PSA. It didn't really matter, so I traded to them a lot. And there's also bigger stores which take in things at a percentage, like 80% usually, and you can just browse from their case and pick up other things. So I traded it up when I was there. I'll show you what I did. Yeah, trade for that one. I traded a bunch of slabs for this, and I kind of spoiled the end, an Umbreon V. I'll show you a picture later of the deal I did. Traded a bunch of stuff. You'll see that, like, a lot of things I didn't really want, and I was fine trading it away. For this Charizard EX, I traded a bunch of CGC random stuff to Great Land Games. Got this guy. Like, the thing is that they do trades, but their cards are valued a little higher. They had this stickered at $300 when it's probably only $280. The shallowest Charizard is stickered at $750 when it's worth around $700. So you kind of have to pay that as well. But I got rid of random crap I could never sell for like hot cards. So I got this one and a shadowless Charizard. These I actually bought for cash. I saw one guy who had this for $150 only, and I argued it down for $140. Very good deal. And I think I got these. I traded in like a pretty good amount of BGS cards, like even a BGS shadowless Raichu, for this card, and you'll see what's coming up next, but a Japanese Delta Species Charizard. I saw one guy had this for like $100, so I just picked this up from him because I don't have this one. It's very cheap, and like, this is so expensive in Champions Path, and Japanese is really, really cheap. You'll see another deal that I got. I'll try to post a picture too. Traded a bunch of stuff for Lugivi. This is just a hot seller, valued at what, like $350. I actually had one of the things that where I traded down was I had a Rayquaza PSA 10, the Rayquaza VMAX Alt-Art PSA 10. Traded for this Lugia and this Celebi from someone at the trade night for this. So this was actually, I didn't lose 20% on it. I got straight value. Very happy with that, because I think this Lugia is just like kind of underrated, and the Rayquaza, a lot of people don't want to pay $600 for it. So it was sitting in my case for a long time. I was like, I'm gonna get rid of it. This is like 100. This is 500 around. So I'm very happy with that deal. Did another trade for another one for some reason. I got one before I did that trade. So yeah. Very, very cool cards from the 2018. Yeah, I'll post a picture of what I did for this trade. I traded these guys named Outrage TCG. Bunch of stuff, bunch of Charizards and BGS Charizards, a lot of CGC Charizards, like a lot of crap that I didn't really want for this guy. Very, very happy with it. Whenever I get these, I tend to sell them very fast too. Like I need to keep one for myself, so this one was probably one I'm gonna keep for myself. Really good centering. Well, the back didn't have this good centering, but the front looks really nice. I did another trade, someone for this guy. Oh yeah, I met another guy. I forgot his name. I think his name was Omar, but very, very cool trade. Good art for this one too. One thing I didn't like is like it gets kind of fuzzy over here. There's little, like, for a while PSA during the pandemic they had really bad cases. I don't know why there's a lot of white spots and stuff inside the case, but it's still a real card and still really nice. Yeah, this was the Great Land Games. I got a Shadowless PSA 5, which I'm very happy with. This one actually looks really nice. Like, other than the back, it looks like such a good card in the front, and it got a freaking 5. And that's a new cert too, so I might crack it out, I'm not sure. I actually had another goal. I brought my PSA 7 Shadowless. I wanted to get a PSA 8 or higher, but in the end, it's kind of hard to trade the vendors, because you're gonna lose out on 20% of the value, and it's just not the best trade. Like I brought these guys to see if I can trade these for PSA ones, this one to a higher PSA 8, and they just stuck there because I didn't want to lose 20% on them. No one would do, like, if someone would trade this for like a PSA 9 first edition and plus $100, I would do that. You know, I would gladly pay $100 just so I can get the PSA 1, but most people won't do that, and you'll lose 20% right off the bat. So I just kept these. A little unfortunate, but that's fine with me. Yeah, last one, the biggest deal was for this guy. 1.3k value, and I traded like 1.55k worth of stuff for this. So I'm still happy with it because I'm gonna keep it, and it's like, if you can get things for your personal collection by not spending any money, that's really good, right? I'll post up pictures of the cash deals and everything that I did. Well, the cash and trade deals. This is a special pile here. As you know, got more Pikachus. This one I traded for, which I'm really happy with. Maybe traded $300 worth of stuff away for this one. Next one, I saw this guy for $110. Offered 100, got 100, and I was just really happy with it. These guys are so cheap compared to the English ones right now. I think they're gonna go up too. This is my third one probably. I have 7 of them in grading, and I have a feeling when they come back, they're not gonna be only $100 anymore. Okay, and the last card is something I did a huge deal for. Originally, this card was stickered at... Okay, you can see, this is actually my first black label. This was stickered at 1.5K. And I looked up the recent sales. They're around 1.2K to 1.3K, because I think this is a Japanese card, as you can tell from the back. That's modern, so it's very easy to get a black label sometime. Like this, the black label pop for this is in the 200s. So that's pretty crazy. So that's why it's like, in a PSA 10 of this card, it's only $400, around $400 to $500. But the BGS black label one is 1.2, 1.3, which is very interesting. But I wanted to pick it up because I never really saw it. And it kind of goes in the theme of this guy, of the promo Pikachus. If you didn't know already, Vincent van Gogh did a self-portrait of himself in a gray felt hat. So that's what this Pikachu is based off of. Vincent van Gogh is like I think he's a Dutch painter, very famous guy who was also considerably missing an ear. But yeah, like the art, the Ivar or Edward Munch, you can just see the price trajectory like online. But yeah, I wanted to get something like just like that, and that's why I picked up this one. Black label stamp promo of Pikachu with the woodblock painting of the girl looking back. Normally Pikachu's not here, and it's just like, I think it was a very ancient, not ancient, but like an old painting, a woodblock painting that a Japanese artist did, and they did the same thing, putting a Pikachu in, and kind of like, this was a Japan Post's promo, and they only had a couple stamp boxes. Well, not given out, but they had a lot of these stamp boxes, but it was very hard to obtain them, especially in the States. So I'm very happy to have this. I'm not gonna sell it. This is just like something that's really cool, and I feel like this could have a really big return in the future. It's 1.2K now, but we'll see where it goes. Yeah. So I actually have to buy more like slab mags, and graded guards I don't like too much. Like I don't really know which side is the front, which side is the back with the plastic, but it does protect your card pretty well and it feels nice. But slab mags I really like. Like I took my Legendary Collection Charizard out of the slab mag and put this one in. But yeah, like what do you think of all my purchases? I want to get some comments, I guess. Like, I'm just gonna go through them once more. A lot of Bubble Mews. I wish they were sequential, but they're not. A lot of these Pikachus. Like, a lot of hot cards that, like, instead of holding onto the CGC crap you can't sell, why not trade into this and, like, you know, make it more liquid. Like, this is just awesome. I don't think in Japanese there were stamps, but in English there were stamps. But this was, like, very iconic, nice art. And it's like considered a first edition. Like a lot of the Japanese sets have first editions, but I don't know if they have a second edition. Very cool thing to add in my personal collection. And yeah, you kind of see how the Pokemon market's going. A lot of the Sword and Shield stuff is like you can see what I bought. A lot of this is actually Sword and Shield. Not that many of them are Scarlet and Violet because they don't grade well. But I had such a good time at the show, meeting a lot of people. There were a lot of kids, there were a lot of adults. There were just like so many damn people. The first day and the second day, and I definitely feel like I spent a good amount too. But I mean, if I'm spending things for things that I can make money on, why not? You know, I'm probably gonna sell these very slowly or just hold on to them. Like, let me see how many I got. Yeah, this whole stack. So it's like 5. Yeah, I got 14, and I have 3 already at home. 3 10s and 1 PSA 9. And yeah, let me know what you think. I'll probably come out with more of these videos. I'll add some of the pictures and comparisons too. And yeah, I'll see you all next time.